take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools, in these school curriculums. Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? You know, that is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
Good evening, folks, and welcome to another edition of Sunset on Plus. It's me, your host, Jevon Joseph, and I'm alongside my co-host here, Mr. Kevin M. Thorne. And tonight, folks, we have a special guest. It will be her first, her debut, and hopefully not her last, Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby, please introduce yourself to the panel.
Thank you, guys.
Public, sorry.
Thank you so much. My name is Ruby Rai, well, AKA. My original name is Raihina Mohammed.
Okay.
Ruby is actually my middle name.
Oh, okay.
So Rai is actually short for Raihina. So everybody knows me as Ruby Rai.
Ruby Rai.
Yes.
Okay.
And thank you so much for having me. I'm pretty excited.
All right. So this evening, folks, we are talking about hobbies, right? What is the importance of hobbies? What are some of the hobbies that people partake in now compared to back in the days when I was young, like 100 years ago? Right? And the benefits of having hobbies in your life, right? So, Ruby, I heard that you hit these streets and you went and do a little research and you gave us one nice list of hobbies. I don't know if it is in ascending order, but yeah.
Some of them maybe. Some of them, yes.
So what are some of the hobbies that
Well, based on what when I spoke to my peers, and there's some random people who I know in some WhatsApp groups and stuff, I reach out to people like, what you all think, what you all consider as popular hobbies in Trinidad and Tobago? So I got my list and, we'll go through them now. Right? So one of the top things that people were saying was a hobby in Trinidad is macawin. Right? So I don't know how true this is, guys. You could attest. If you think macawin is a popular hobby.
I think that is a popular hobby indeed.
Everybody want to live in a corner house, right?
I think we should pretend that's in Trinidad. And pretend it.
Oh yeah, we should.
Because macawin.
Because
when you're going to hear that, tell me it's in the
everybody
world.
knows macawin somebody's business, sort of.
Yes.
Somebody always knows somebody's business, right? Even if they don't know it, somebody knows it.
And sometimes they know your business better than you.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. That's really a hobby. Yeah. They know it better than you. All right. So next on our list, we have honing.
Yeah. How is that
I don't know why people consider honing a hobby, right? And apparently it's like top of the list, and they always say that how man and woman honing, and they always have this debate about who honing more than the other, who better at it, who better at hiding it.
And
And
I
they
never
consider
won, so I
they
don't
consider it
know.
a hobby.
Yes.
Well, I heard a time somebody actually did say that, but they say it's for servicemen. It's a hobby for servicemen.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that saying.
Servicemen, servicing.
Yeah. And interestingly, because like for instance, when you go somewhere, like some time ago, somewhere I went was a very far distant place, and I knew where I was going, and the person with me is like, servicemen is be all over the place. Right? And I show it's a woman again. And I'm like, well, it was because of a woman we came. I'm in this area, but I mean, it wasn't like a relationship thing, but it's just like, it's somebody tell you where it is, right? And or you go by somebody home who was in the service or whatever it is. So sometimes really and truly it's because of a
serviceman. I have no experience with servicemen, so I can't attest to that one. But I've heard stories. I've heard some stories.
Yeah.
Some stories. Yeah. All right. So we have number 2 on the list. So as we go down, we have lineman coming up next. Is lineman a hobby? Is lineman a hobby?
I mean,
I wouldn't say like
Is
it's
it
a
debatable?
hobby. I wouldn't say it's a hobby. It's a lifestyle, yes, because Trinities love to line.
Yeah. They love to line.
They love to
We
line.
do have a very strong lineman culture.
Everything's a line.
something that always baffled me, not where I live now, but where I used to live before, was that I would come home from work and I would sit down and see guys sitting down outside. Sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the night, and I used to be like, you all don't like your house? And they were like, they're liming.
People,
I'd be
okay,
like,
they don't have work anymore and they're going right down.
exactly.
Yeah.
I used to be wondering, what is so exciting about that? You know?
Well, the thing about it, for me and linemen, I have seen people like 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, but like you going to work 6 o'clock in the morning and you've seen people, fellas linemen on the block, like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, they're already on the block linemen. They're smoking weed.
Right.
In some cases, you might see somebody drinking a little alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
They actually linemen. They're like, you a lineman? I had to get up early to hustle to work. And
That
you
used to bother
lineman.
me. It was like, you haven't had time, and I just had to go out there and be on the grind.
You
And
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happens in different social circles as well. Eh?
Yeah, but even in your job, there are jobs where sometimes your job is like a line. You are at work, but people are lying and working. You're like wondering, are you not working?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You like everything's a line. And I have worked in places where people, I don't want to call it places, but people actually come to work to line. They're not coming to work.
Yeah.
And when you tell them to work, they vex. They have an excuse why it is they can't do the work, or they claim they do this, that, and the other, which they didn't do. But they are there for the line when they're talking about what we buying, what we putting up to buy, what we drink, you know.
For a lot of people.
But don't call the
things.
people, but call the workplace now, because I can actually do that job like that. You know?
I have no court.
Do you all consider yourself limers?
I am.
I'm an occasional lineman.
You're
I am
occasional
occasionally.
lineman.
Yes.
I thought I myself
Yes.
Yes.
I frequent
Do you all participate in
restaurants.
carnival, the carnival festivities?
No, I'm not a
I am
carnival
not a
person.
carnival
Carnival
person.
person.
No. But for me, this is how I am, right? I always tell people this. It's when 6 o'clock hits in the evening. For me to go back out and get out of my house, it has to be real important. Like probably work, church, if I dating somebody, so a movie or something, going out to line or something.
Right,
If I really that hungry enough and I don't feel to cook and I go in and get something to
You
eat.
will get some dinner.
And still that mightn't have moved. I'll go and make something home, right?
Right.
But once I reach home, after 6, I am not coming back out.
Right.
So if you had to catch me lineman, you had to catch me before I reach home, right?
Yes, yes.
I will get into the line.
Right.
Right.
But you see, once I hit home, right? I'm not a. I could be a life at the party as well,
Right.
life at the line.
Right.
But if I am home, it's very hard to get me out. I'm an occasional lineman.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we have people who are avid limers out there.
Yeah.
You see them. I mean, that's why the bar industry and the alcohol industry is so
And
so
that's the thing,
successful in
because
Trinidad.
like for instance in St. James, right? Because I'm mainly from the west.
Right.
St. James, you could pass through St. James any time of the morning, noon, or night.
Yes.
And there's a line going on, some bar,
Right,
right?
right.
There are people by the bar linemen. You could go to Woodbrook, but Woodbrook, after a while, I think they cut off at a particular time. You
Right.
might
Depending
find,
on the day.
yes,
Type of thing.
you
Yeah.
probably would find some in the morning, like after 5, 6 people linemen, but really, St. James, I don't know about other places, but I know St. James, you're going to find the linemers there.
Right.
Right? I
Yeah.
remember even we had these people used to sell, I'm not too sure if they're there still, but they used to sell ital roti. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a big roti, eh? I remember a time, how I ended up there, boy? There's a father early, we was actually out for the day,
Okay.
right? And he wasn't ready to go. He said, "Let's go online now, but if find something to eat and we go online." I was like, "All right, cool, fine." No, it was after work. So we went and get ital roti, and we were these big roti, and police passed and they were like, "Yeah, we just," you know.
I think food culture is another hobby of people, you know. They just love
Yes.
to go out and eat.
Yeah, actually.
Yes.
I actually have went on drives just to discover new food. I can remember, and it was really nice. I actually drove to Tego just to experience the fish.
The seafood
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
yes, the
And-
seafood boils.
and
Yes.
what I love about it is that you actually see them prepare it right in front of you,
Right.
and it was It was really good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good reviews about those
I have to
places.
try that one. I have to try that one.
Yeah.
Actually, yesterday evening, I was telling our producer, our
Yeah.
production manager, I was actually about, it was yesterday, right? What today is? Today is Tuesday. Actually, Sunday evening, I was tempted to drive down to Debe to get Sahina.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I
yeah.
love Savida, right?
Yeah.
There's actually a lady down there that makes veggie meats using shatine.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
Okay.
I kid you not. I've tried it. Right, it comes in chicken. You can get chicken. You can get pork, but it is shatine.
You had it. Yeah.
Interesting.
The thing is that she sells all before lunchtime,
Seriously.
and she only comes out 3 days a week.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right, so I will get that number and I'll give you that number.
Yes, please, because I mean, that is something new.
I drove down once to Santa Cruz. You know, they have these lobster, this curry location, headed down to Maracas Beach. I think
Right,
it's in
yeah.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
To have like a lobster roti, conch roti. I know that people just make those runs as well.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they have this famous barbecue place in Laramie. I don't know the name of it, but I keep hearing about it as well.
Okay.
Like the ranch or something, I believe.
All right. Okay. I heard about the ranch.
Yes, I
Heard
think
about the
a lot
ranch.
of people always go down those long drives. I think that's something that people like to do as well.
Yep.
The food, you can't go wrong with food.
With
You know,
food.
I was in Barbados some years ago. I think it was 2006. Right, was work, and there was this guy from Guyana, and I mean, was like after 6 in the morning, we are looking for after 7 actually, we are looking for something to eat. So we had to actually go to we went by a gas station to get something, the quick shop.
Okay.
And the guy, he was there and he was talking to us because he was in the same seminar as well.
Right.
And he was like, if it's one thing about Trinidad, no matter what time in the morning, noon, or night, you can get something to eat. You can get back on the road, you can get something to eat. In Barbados, you're not getting that. In those smaller islands, you're not getting that. After a while, they close off and they only open like business hours and that kind of thing.
And I like how you said that, but is it like that still? I mean, I have been on the Avenue, I've been in St. James pre-COVID.
Right.
But is it the same way now? Because I haven't been out in a while. Does the Avenue, I can remember the Avenue used to go, clubs used to go, or bars used to go until daylight and stuff like that. Is it the same way?
Not.
Not in terms of like alcohol consumption, not as much, but because they launched the Food Square recently, and then they also had another one, I think, on Tragic Road as well, that also attracts a lot of people. So people do come out for food.
And they are open
sure.
that time
You
of
will
night
get
or
all of
early
them
morning.
at certain hours. You get particular vendors open still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, mind you, what I've observed, even though you have these particular, like these, I want to say big shot, but you know, the more established or the more professional looking food places, you still have the man who's selling doubles.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
You still have.
Even they have upgraded. Have you seen the doubles then? What they look like now?
Which one?
And they sell
That
like
is
goat
where-
doubles, shrimp doubles,
that is on the
chickens,
Avenue, right?
duck, yes.
It's the best.
Yes.
It's the best.
Doubles with
I
meat?
tried the chicken years ago when it now come out. I tried it years ago. The big doubles.
Yeah.
I tried it years ago, but I mean that was like years ago. That was
Right,
before COVID
right.
and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean probably I need to change my way of thinking. But to me, doubles is chickpea or chana,
And,
the sweet sauce.
Yeah.
It's like pepper.
And Amara.
It has evolved. Like everything else, it has evolved.
It has evolved. It has evolved.
You know.
Even when I go to the doubles, and then all I buy is a cup of chana, and then you can put some meat in there for me, and I
And
get
you get to go.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just trying to be on the health conscious side.
Okay.
No, see, next on the list is something that I have never experienced. I see that you have game nights.
Yes.
Have you all ever experienced what
A
a
game
game
night?
night is?
Yeah.
I have never had the opportunity to
You're
experience
missing out.
Yeah,
Really?
First of all,
Well,
it does be good vibes.
yes, it does be.
Yes, it's very
What does
fun.
it entail? What does
So
it
it's like
entail?
it's like a social event at your house, but it's more intimate because it's more like close friends and
Right.
family. Maybe you have food, you have drinks, and everybody
Yeah.
bring like board games and stuff. Or you could do like charades or like do games that you print out stuff and play games, and it's been really fun. You ever saw those large Jenga games and them?
I saw it, yes.
Right, those are It's be real vibes.
What's
It's
your
just
favorite game?
my favorite? I don't have a favorite game, because all of them is be good.
Okay.
But a lot of them end up being drinking games too, right? So people get
I
properly
would have a
turned
lot
up.
of favorite games.
Yes.
No,
Properly get turned up, and kind of things just happen. People they just come out, they have fun, and it's a popular because especially with the dawn of COVID.
Right.
People started to have those things. There was an uprising in the amount of game night people used to have. So
Okay.
now that we have come out of COVID, people still do it because it really does create a nice environment.
safe.
Yes,
But
correct.
Okay.
I will tell you something, right? Now, looking at the game nights that I have now, I even saw on social media where they make up their own games. Like, you have the cups running.
Yes.
And they have different items and you have to throw the ball.
Trouble,
right?
yeah, you get like a prize, yeah.
Right. Long time, we didn't really have those game nights, right? I'm not that old, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what we would normally have is like all fours, 500, Ruby
Yeah.
500,
Yes.
right? We would probably have go to park, those kind of things. That was the games. Hopscotch, sometimes we did play hopscotch in the nighttime,
Right.
right? We would have played, in some cases, hide and seek, depending, as
Right.
children and something like that. We would have gone into like in Savannah. I remember as a child going to Savannah,
Okay.
and we playing games like oh gosh, it was just there. I'll
Not the
remember.
pan, something.
Well, the
Yes.
pan cup is a daytime thing,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
That is a daytime
And
thing.
do explain again what this handcuff.
The pan cup.
Yeah. What is this? I've never heard of it.
I have never heard of it,
All right.
not even once.
Right.
Like it's new to
It's
me.
new.
Yeah.
Right. So pan cup, right, was long time milk was really in the tin, right? The milk,
Okay.
Clinic.
the clean milk,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So what we used to do, so like used to have a bucket, right?
Okay.
But we used to have the tin, the tin, empty tin. So in the yard, in the center of the yard or whatever,
Right.
you put it there. So one person mans the tin.
Okay.
And what happens is that everybody has to go and hide. So that person will close their eye and count up to probably 20, right? And the idea of it is that that person has to catch everybody. But somebody out of the whole group that hiding has to try and kick down the pan before they get catch,
Okay.
right? So he'll be like, he could finish the 20 and you look in and you say like, 1, 2, 3, you will hit the pan with a stick, and say, look Ruby behind a tree,
Right.
right? 1, 2, 3, look Kevin behind the drum, the barrel or something like that,
Right.
right? So you have it there, but the person now doesn't actually sit down, stop by the pan. They have to move around and look
Okay,
for
and
the
try to get
to see where people went,
Right.
right? And at the same time now, somebody will run up as fast as they can. And if he sees that person coming, he runs back to the pan and knock it 1, 2, 3, have to knock it 3 times.
Right.
And call the person name and say, I catch
Right.
whoever it is,
Oh,
right?
okay,
Come
okay.
running or whatever like
It's
that.
like another variation
Sounds
of hide
fun.
and seek.
Yeah,
I
sounds
guess.
fun, yes.
Yeah.
Right? But if the person knocks down the pan, then they are the ones that
Yeah.
take over.
Okay.
that.
They
Or we used
control
to-
the pan.
They
Oh,
control
okay,
the pan.
okay, okay.
It's like
We-
red light, green light, and
I'm not
hide
going to
and
say
Yeah.
that. We used to
in
play,
one.
yeah, we used to play red light, green light, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
right? And it came. I was singing it for you earlier on. Oh gosh. And the whole day I singing it, you know. Whole evening I singing it. But it's a game we used to play
Right.
where you have like 2 lines, right? And one line, in a fine castle.
Well, look, I don't even know that one either.
So it goes, in a fine castle, do you hear my CCO? In a fine castle, do you hear my CCO? And the next side will be like, we have, no, or you're like, yeah, they will say, okay, we have a princess, do you hear my CCO? We have a princess.
wow.
And the next one will be like, we want your princess. And they will like, and they will ask like, what would you give her? Right? And they will say, it's a sing
Okay.
song.
Okay.
And then they will say, okay, we will give her roses. And they'll say,
Okay.
if she say yes, they say, okay, you can have, and I think it's until one line ends, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Right?
Interesting.
So those times we didn't really have these kind of games that they have now.
Yeah, because now it's more like board games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alcohol games.
Yeah.
Type of thing, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but even if you talking about games, you used to play when you were
But those are children
children
games.
games.
Adults used to play them long time too, no?
Okay.
All right, and,
Because I think
and
these game nights are more adult oriented.
Well, presently these game nights are more adult oriented because again it has a lot of alcohol involved and
Correct,
stuff,
yes,
right?
yes.
Although they have the family ones, what I noticed,
They would have, yes.
Right,
Yeah,
where-
they would have children
Yes.
for children as well.
right?
Yeah.
We had hopscotch used to do it tonight. I see they have a new hopscotch kind of dance something where
Okay.
a group of them come in and they go and they come,
Wow.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I haven't really done like these game nights.
Yes.
Right,
But you all should definitely join. It's easy to organize as well. You just call it people. You're close
Yeah.
with your friends and stuff. Get some board games, get some alcohol, just line and play games.
Okay,
And you'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. What's next on your list?
Probably
All
we
right.
could organize that with the
Yeah, we
with
could
the,
organize a little team game night.
I'll bring the alcohol.
I'll work with the games.
I go work with the vibes.
Right, good.
All right, so next we have on the list is hiking. That was a top one. Apparently, now, especially now, hiking
Yeah.
is a big thing.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with
Yeah.
that, especially because I think it's because it ties into fitness as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, and
yeah.
it challenges people. Right, so right, I actually it's
I
something
think
that
people get a sense of accomplishment with
Yes,
it as
yes,
well. And I think
yes.
that's the way they're motivated.
Yes.
Motivated.
And there are a lot of hiking groups that are out now.
That's
right.
right.
And I think it happened, even though before COVID there were hiking groups, I think because of that, where people, the restriction to travel and stuff like that, it started to drive around the country, started joining these hiking groups. Because I am in a couple of hiking groups as well. Actually, I missed out one on Sunday.
Okay.
It was supposed to be, I think it's three or seven princess, something like that. There's a area where it has plenty pools.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
Right, and
And it's surprisingly there are a lot of gems in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
There are.
yes.
Surprisingly, I didn't. There are a lot of areas I didn't know, and now they were brought to light considering the type of hikes.
And before you go on, the sad thing about it is that I think we take things for granted, right? Because, like for instance, somebody say you're in a small island. You're supposed to be able to swim. You're always by the sea, right? When you go to Tobago, you always say, well, of course, all I'm always by the beach. But when you go by the beach, you don't always see a set of Tobagonians there.
That's
you will
true.
see more Trinidadians or tourists,
yeah.
right? Because it's always there, right? And we tell ourselves it's always there.
Right.
And there are places in Trinidad I have not visited yet.
Yeah,
For instance,
yeah.
there's this tunnel. We have a tunnel. I haven't been to that tunnel.
I've been
Yeah.
there. I've actually been there once.
there?
It is scary.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Driving through is scary, much less walking through.
Okay.
It is scary.
Where is that?
When I visited, I passed it on the way to Harry's Water Park.
Okay, so it's south side.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. I can't remember how I ended up there,
It was
but
misplaced.
Right.
I ended there. Right, and along the journey,
Yes.
I was like, "Hey, no, you actually saw signs."
Okay.
And it's like in a small little village.
Right.
Right. You wasn't expecting it to be there, and then bam,
Okay.
this tunnel, and then, when you ask around, you hear these ghost stories about the tunnel.
Really?
So it adds to the
Well, then we have some
excitement.
folk in Trinidad. Eh?
Yes, and that was one of the
superstitious.
that was one of the game nights we had, especially when Karen go. Oh my God, hear that.
Well, growing up, I could always remember when Corin go, as you mentioned, cards always used to be the thing that a lot of the older folks used to want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They would normally give you these stories.
Yes.
I used to love that.
Okay.
Right? As Corin go, the kids used to huddle around, and the parents used to give you these stories about larger
Larger
bless,
bless,
Dwayne, and stuff like
Yes,
that.
all
yes.
these things,
Right, and
yes.
after they scare you, to sleep, right? You will see them playing cards, and they will play cards till morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
true. I remember, but interestingly, we had phone, the landline phone. We didn't have cell phone I think that them time. And I remember the first time we got a phone home, we excited, we have a phone, Current went. Right? So everybody there, we know when current gone, everything done, everything quiet, So we there, we getting ready to sit down around the lamp and tell we stories. I was the oldest in the house, the oldest child, so I have the best stories. So while we are there now, pring, the phone rang, right? All of us go on because we not expected this noise in the dark because as far as we concerned, current gone. So
Others jump.
the phone current
Yeah.
gone too, right?
All the thing, yeah.
Well, we go on, so my parents and them started laughing, like, we wonder what, if current going, how that's still working.
Right.
So they explained to us, no, it's on
It's
a
a
different,
separate
yeah,
type of
different
connection.
line, that kind of
Yes,
thing.
yes.
But Watchman, I tell you, that was the most scariest thing I experienced. No, I want to say, it was one of the most scariest thing I experienced. One of the other scary, what we used to do, right? I mean, coming back to this, but what we used to do long time as well, I grew up in a yard with trees. We had 2 mango trees, a chena tree, coconut tree, zabuka tree, the neighbor, guava tree hanging over our yard, right? Somehow, the only tree in the yard that scared us the most was the mango tree, the big mango tree, right? So we you have to go out. We had outhouse and stuff and like that. So you have to go
You have to
outside.
go outside to use the bathroom, right?
So one thing was, right, when you went outside, you had to try go and run back inside quick before somebody locked the door. Right? That, what should that
used to be a game.
That was a game, right? And you used to be like, you're talking to the tree, you're like, I don't afraid you. Because you see figures, you know? But you're shaking like that, and then you're running inside.
All right, so we spoke about a lot of the older games that we used to play and stuff like that. We're going to take a break now, and when we get back, we're going to dive into that a little more, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits, right? The positive impact that having such hobbies and games and pastimes, right? The positive impacts it plays on our lives. So we'll be back.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth and what is so special about this pageant.
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools, in these school curriculums.
Yes.
Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? That is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
My name is Jesse McBarrow, and you are looking at Mending Minds. Tell us your Mending Mind moment.
I will say set goals.
A lot of people get so caught up in the what, they forget the why. There's this fixation of this is what I'm going to do, and they forget why you pursue that in the first place.
And we're back, and tonight, folks, we're talking about hobbies and pastimes that we all grew up in Trinidad and Tobago. And so far, we have an extensive list done up by our very own Ruby, right? And where we reach, we haven't even reached half yet. So, as I can see here, we reach
Beach run.
Right.
Beach runs.
Yeah,
Beach
beach
runs,
runs, yeah.
yes. Is that a
Maracas.
popular one for you?
Maracas.
Everybody
I mean,
have to make a beach run.
exactly.
At
right?
least a few times in the year.
Right. Either
Yes.
Sunday or a Monday.
Yes.
Surprisingly, a lot of my friends, they actually prefer to duck work on a Monday
And go to the
go
beach.
to the beach.
Yeah. To avoid the traffic, of
Remember,
course.
this is live TV, yeah? So
I
the bosses
don't know.
are
My friends
now.
go, I don't go. Let me put it out there.
No, their boss is like, okay, so you ain't come on to it.
The man comes over today. Of course, like, all right, I'm watching you.
Yeah? But
Right.
I love beach runs, movies.
Yes. So movies, you remember it's that time when everybody used to always go to the movies. They have some serious fanatics in Trinidad and Tobago who follow like Marvel and
Yes.
DC.
Yes.
And then they have certain movies that they have. No, I think they're making like most of those movies into series.
Yes.
So they have 2, 3, 4 parts. Look at Fast and Furious, that
Yes.
9 to 10 parts.
About that, yeah.
All right. So I think we do have a very active movie going crowd or movie going population.
Yeah.
And I am one of them. I like
But
going
do
to
you
the
think
movies
it's
as
still
well.
as popular as it used to be
I
before?
think yes. So I had mentioned in the list that it's kind of phasing out. I don't know if it's because of the facilities, or people just getting kind of tired of the same type of facilities. With Movie Town having one closed down and they open another one. And then I know we have some variations in terms of what is available. So we have Gemstone, we have the 4D, we have the 3D. Have you ever experienced a 4D movie?
I
3D.
have.
Jesse 3D.
Have you experienced 4D?
Not as yet.
I went and I saw Aquaman. I was smelling the sea.
Yep.
Serious?
I was getting wet.
Yeah, they actually
Okay,
have
I
it.
was
They get
getting
the
thrown
mist in your
around the
face, yeah.
place.
Where you went and watch that?
In IMAX 4D.
Oh, had to be. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
IMAX 4D.
I've never been to Gemstone though.
I
would
Yeah.
like to.
haven't been to
Yeah,
any of those
yeah.
two. But I think I had the best movie experience ever. Globe.
You so you going back in days?
That is like when I was a child and movies was like $10.
Yeah.
You know how much for a movie ticket now? $100.
You understand?
Right?
And
So
Globe
let me
is, and you
talk
get two
about that.
movies. for
Two
what?
movies, exactly.
Right?
2 movies.
For $10.
The first movie used to start 8:30,
Yeah.
right? And it used to go until about 10:15.
Yeah.
You used to
And then
break
you have another,
from about half an
a
hour to
whole
all the way to get
intermission
snacks.
Yeah.
to get your food.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you're not leaving the movies
Let me
until
even talk
about
about the
after 1 o'clock.
confession.
Oh gosh,
concessions
that was
prices.
a whole movie in its. No, they were reasonable.
Yes, no, a hot dog is like $30 for one.
To tell us for a dog, we'll keep
Yes.
that out. My dog
Yes.
at home. I mean,
But-
okay,
but-
let me just.
What I liked,
That's all right.
what I liked back then, I actually used to go Windsor.
Windsor,
I was a real
right,
man.
yeah.
Windsor.
What I used to like back then is that every Wednesday,
Yes.
because new movies used to come out on
Yes.
a Wednesday.
Yes.
It's still
Correct.
does.
Every
It still
Wednesday
does.
had something to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I honestly think now they play is
Yeah, it kinda
movies
phases
over and
out
over and
also.
over
Yeah.
again, you know.
And I think the generation of this generation, this younger generation,
Gen Z?
yeah, the Gen Z, how they view going to movies. They actually is more like like they're lying for them. You
Yeah,
know, it's like
yeah.
it's like in thing for them to get to go
Yes,
somewhere.
yes.
Whereas we,
Because that's the only thing they could safely go to without
Right.
the parents may allow them
Right.
to go. Yeah.
but for us, going movies then was like that was an adventure in the
Yeah,
sense you
yeah.
want to really see what's
Yeah.
going.
I remember a time I used to go to the movies every week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Similar.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah,
I go to
yes,
the movies.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, and for me, the real entertainment was the crowd.
Exactly. And you
Oh
go
my gosh,
well,
you see
yeah.
that comedy and everybody started laughing
Yeah.
and making all kind of crazy comments
Exactly.
in the crowd.
Yeah, that used to be-
good. That used to be vibes.
I
Yeah.
remember, oh gosh, you ever saw Unfaithful? That was the
I
movie
think
with
so.
this guy. Oh god, his name was just there. Oh god, his name was just there. And this girl, no, Sandra Bullock and this next guy. I think it was. Anyhow,
It was a Tyler Perry movie.
no,
Was that
It was not a Tyler Perry movie.
no. Richard Gere, I think it was the
Oh, okay,
star,
okay.
Okay.
right, the male star. And so this guy, he's only talking. That's in Globe, eh? He's talking through the whole show. He's talking. Intermission. So these two girls get up. We don't know if they're going to the washroom, they're going to toilet, if they just fell up, they want to go into another seat, whatever. These two girls just get up and they're walking out. And he's talking, and then he just stops and he's like, look at them! They're unfaithful! All of a sudden, I went
wow.
off. He loud, eh?
That's easy. All right.
That used to be.
Yeah.
Well,
next we have.
next we have Tobago Run.
I love that.
but
I
love
still
Tobago.
do
You love a
that.
Tobago Run?
I still do that up to today.
I think it's a quick, such a awesome quick getaway from
Yeah.
just all the buzz.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and when you get across there, it's just like a totally different world.
Yes.
You
Yes,
feel
see everything,
so
yeah.
relaxed and so just
Yeah.
kind of like laid back. It's,
Yes.
I, love
I
it.
tell people down to the air smells differently.
It does.
in Tobago.
It does
It's
really feel
really-
like
As
in
you
another
reach
sense of
that
world.
part of the sea, that is the
Yeah.
greatest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did this, and you all might try it, right? I actually went to Tobago for 2 days and camped out in my car.
Okay.
I thought about doing that, but I
I
didn't do
didn't
that yet.
rent an apartment, anything like that.
Right.
I just packed up.
Right.
I was with a friend and we just get the idea. Hey,
Okay.
Right. So
Right.
you took the boat and went over?
we took the boat.
Okay.
Right.
Right. We packed up whatever snacks and little food.
Right.
Right. And we went to the beach.
Went to the beach.
And we camped out in our car.
I think
And
I'm
then
gonna
just
try
take the
that.
boat right back.
And right back. And
yeah,
it was.
I think
I
that
think I'll be
is-
doing that soon.
That's,
I'll be
I
doing
think,
that
I
soon.
think
But
that's,
this time
that's
I'll
something
be
we'll
back
try.
with a tent though. Wait a minute.
All right, next on the list, DDIs. Do you
Yes,
all know what
that
a
is
DDI
very
is?
popular right now.
Well, you explained to me a short while ago.
DDI, because some people don't know, DDI is down the islands.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is a very popular thing now,
Yes,
especially
it
with
is.
all social groups.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And it's like every weekend, you have like a
Yes.
bunch of boats. You ever been to a raft up?
A what?
A raft up is basically a bunch of yachts lined up and they dock together and
Right.
everybody just climb on all the boats together.
Wow.
I knew that.
really
That
need
is
to
really
get out
fat.
more.
I have to go.
I
When
had
you go
no
to that
idea
again,
we do that
I
here.
put something
I'll
about
let
that.
you know.
I want to go. I want to go that. I want to. That
That
sounds
is be
exciting.
so
So you're,
be so
you're
good.
basically hopping from
You're
boat
hopping
to
from
boat
boat to boat, and everybody
wow.
just kind of lining together, and everybody playing
Uh-huh.
music, they're barbecuing right by the
Okay.
water. Yeah, it's been
Nice,
really good.
nice,
Really, really
Interesting.
good.
Okay,
It's
I
a
didn't
nice
know about that
vibe.
one.
Being out in the ocean and down there, and so obviously what the atmosphere is like.
Yeah.
It's very
That
nice.
that sounds
Nice.
similar to
The daytime event.
to Tobago's over when they're having this culture thing where you
Gotta
can
go
go
to
from
the
house
Boca
to
Reef
house.
and, Blue Food Festival.
No, not Blue Food. Is Blue Food boy? No, not Blue Food. Is another crop over.
Crop
It's
over.
something
Oh,
like
okay,
crop
okay,
over.
okay.
Something like, yeah, I think that was it.
Okay.
And you could go from house to house and eat your belly
Yes, yes.
full.
And they accept you, yes.
Yes.
All right. So next we have River Lines.
I'm not sure how much river lines. Yeah, no, the river lines are still there. I've done a few of them.
I went to the river, I couldn't even get back.
Which river you went by?
Cora.
Oh yeah, that
And I haven't been to
Ha.
Cora like years before that. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was still such an active community down there.
Yeah.
Mostly Indian people, of course.
Right, yeah.
But it's everywhere I turn, it's just music, cooking,
Yeah.
real vibes.
A friend, we had there was a time some friends and I, we went up there to line, and this young lady and I, we were playing all fours, everybody, and she and I was the team, and we beat everybody. Yes, I will remind her again.
Yeah, so River Lines is definitely a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. All right, next we have boat rides.
Very similar to
been
Donkey
popular for
Island kind of
life.
thing, right?
No, but
That's
a
been-
little different,
It's
huh?
a difference.
It's a difference. Boat rides are a little different because they are basically a ticketed event that goes around the Port of Spain area
Right.
and come. And
Oh,
down
right,
there.
okay, like in more night time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
more night
No, but they
time.
have daytime ones too.
But yeah, that's
But it's everybody, like we have a master, which is our
Right.
boat,
Yeah.
right? Which mostly goes out and comes back in, but it's more like a party
Right,
on
yeah.
a boat.
Right.
As opposed to the yacht climbs and the DDIs, which might be more close friends and people who you know. You don't really pay
Right.
to come to the, unless it's like a contribution
Okay.
you all are making.
Okay,
But
okay.
like the boat rides would be more like a ticketed event.
Okay,
So you're
all right,
like,
I understand.
you're
yeah,
like with
understand.
strangers.
Yeah, like most strangers.
With strangers, yeah.
And the, you know, the little,
Yeah.
the little zessers. Yeah,
Yeah,
the zessers,
zessers,
right?
yeah.
Next we have brunches.
Never
So,
been on one. Don't know what it's
Brunches
like.
are
That's like
something
church
that I
and
think-
organizations.
No, actually no.
Okay.
It's actually something now that's coming more popular, I think, with millennials and Gen Zs as well. That's why when we had, for Carnival, they had like this new band called Spirit Mass. They actually offered a brunch on Monday. Yeah. So they
Okay.
had brunch on Monday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then you hit the road.
Oh,
But
wow.
if I know that, I'll tell them pass by which one I was in there. Or look out for them.
Yeah,
or
and
I'll bring it.
a lot of restaurants are now offering brunch. So like TGI Fridays are now offering a
Serious?
brunch menu.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then we
Okay.
have a lot of places like Diane's Cafe, which offers brunch options.
But you-
Woodford Cafe offers brunch
But
options.
you know, I think who started that brunch thing? Hyatt.
Okay.
Because I remember a friend of mine for her birthday, she said that's where she went. She and her mother, they went down to the Hyatt for a brunch. And that was years ago before COVID,
Right.
right? And then I know about the down Shagaramas. They have the tea, is P or T? This place you can go and eat and stuff like that.
Not
Shagaramas.
sure.
Yeah, when you go to Macrip.
Macrip?
Oh, that's the building that they built right next to the waterfront. Yeah?
No.
No, no,
Macrip. You're talking
Macrip,
about like
if you go-
Zanzibar down that
No,
side?
no, no. It's something with tea, something. It's where they have, it's like your nature. Okay, when you're going down Macrip, right? You know, you pass, I think it's you pass Wassa going down there. You know where the range is, right?
Right.
After the range on your right-hand side.
I've never
Two,
been.
know it, I don't know it.
something up or
It
two.
seems like we need to do some.
Yeah.
I have to try. I
See,
can't
yeah,
remember
let's
the
check
name
it out.
offhand,
Yeah, let's check it
but
out and let
it's
me
a-
know.
Yeah.
All right. All
And
right.
brunches for me, I always when I hear the word brunches, I don't know why. For me, I always think about something corporate, like having a meeting or
Yeah,
something
or
like
church,
that.
having that,
I
yeah.
never really looked at it as a
Now,
hobby.
brunch is a fashion thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so
All
women
right.
come out in resort wear,
Yeah.
something sexy, and they
Okay,
come out
okay,
to look
okay.
fancy with fans and hats.
Okay.
A hot
Wow.
girl thing.
Okay.
Right? And
Okay.
they eating their fancy food with desserts and yeah, it's a
Really?
big thing now.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
No.
yes. You're missing
Okay.
out. All right.
And then we have the guy sweats. Well, this is a
Of
regular
course.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
like ice sweat, yes.
Yeah.
Night football or basketball.
ball, yeah.
Still can never understand it because I'm working from 8 to 4. Why would I want to be out in the night
Sweating.
until 10 o'clock in the night? I just, right?
No.
Not to beat anybody who enjoy it, I just don't understand it.
No, but I mean that's a good thing. I mean, I wanted to do that, right? Join a, you can just, there are people who do that. They just go and join a group,
Right.
right? And they just 14, right? Unfortunately, I have not done it because of how I work and other things that studying and stuff like that. I never really got into.
Okay.
But it's something I would do because I mean,
Right.
you see that exercise that is exercise,
It's
right?
exercise,
Okay.
yeah.
Right?
It's a form of exercise.
You letting off some stress.
Yes.
You're sweating out when you reach your beard and stuff like that, right? I think this is a good thing,
Okay.
right?
Well, folks, we are almost through the list, but we have to take a short break again, right? And we'll be back. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 5 more points to discuss on.
4.
4.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a short break and we'll be back.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth and what is so special about this pageant.
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools, in these school curriculums.
Yes.
Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? That is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
My name is Jesse McBarrow, and you are looking at Mending Minds. Tell us your Mending Mind moment.
I will say set goals.
A lot of people get so caught up in the what, they forget the why. There's this fixation of this is what I'm going to do, and they forget why you pursue that in the first place.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth and what is so special about this pageant.
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools, in these school curriculums.
Yes.
Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? That is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
And we're back, folks. we had so much we wanted to talk about tonight, but it seems like every night we just keep going on and on and on, and discussion brings discussions and stuff like that. So it seems like this whole topic about hobbies, we're going to have a part 2 because we would like to go into what are the benefits of having hobbies, both mental, physical, you know, and sometimes spiritual benefits that it will have that impacts your life.
Yeah.
Right? But for today, unfortunately, it seems like we'll just have to finish the list, right? But we're going to have a part 2 next week.
Yes.
So, where
Let's
we are
see,
now?
where
We are swimming.
All right,
Swimming.
so we are swimming. So you all swimmers? You all swim?
No.
I can float too.
I can
I
float.
I have a life jacket.
I-
right?
yes.
So when I go heights,
But
I
there
will go
are a
and-
lot of people who are swimmers, avid swimmers.
Actually, my stepfather he used to love to swim, and
Right.
I hated him for that because I can remember when we were younger. I grew up in Sandy Grande, so our
Okay.
beach of preference used to be Manswell.
Oh, no.
So
My mom used to favor that beach as well.
Okay.
at the start of the whole beach line or the beach run would be nice until he had a thing he used to do. He would stand up straight and he'd stretch. When he did that, run. Because his weird way of teaching you to swim, he would carry you as far as you could until you have to be like this,
Seriously.
right?
Whoa.
And he would leave you.
Leave you
yeah.
in the water
And he would say,
to fend for your own.
make your way back on the shore.
Wow.
Okay? I learned how to hop on the
We didn't
So,
have it.
Yeah,
that way.
swimming has never been my thing. And hopefully I might muster up the courage at some day to go and learn to do it. But I think because of that, I still have a fear for dark waters.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I remember of this meme would have with this guy. His name is the gunman. Oh gosh, this old time gun thing. It's like almost like a little meme on social media, where he asked the little boy, something the little boy wanted in the pool, in the river, and he said, "Well, go fish." And he said, "Well, I can't
Oh
swim."
yes, I remember that.
And he threw him in the water, and the mother come.
Oh,
Well, he
wow.
can't swim. She say, "Well, you go and get it." And he said, no. He said, "Well, you go in and get him." And she said, "I can't swim either." And when she catch herself, she run because she was going to be next.
Oh.
I've seen that video.
Yes.
You all are familiar with nobody's sausage?
Nobody's sausage.
Yes. No?
You
No.
just bring in a lot of information tonight. What is that?
Are you all on social media? You
Well,
all
probably
ever
not
heard
that-
You all
that-
ever saw these little memes or videos with these little sausage-shaped guys?
Oh, well, yeah. I know these
You all-
sausages.
and
and
they
them,
always,
yeah.
yes, they
Yes.
call them
They had a
nobody's
movie.
sausage. Yeah, they have like a movie and there's
Yeah.
little mini features of them and stuff. They had like this one with when they go into deep waters
Right.
and they're trying to crawl out of the water, they will always crawl on their hands until they reach the shore because nobody actually stands and walk out of the water.
Okay.
You ever did that?
Okay.
Have you
I've
ever
done
walked
that
out of
many
the
times.
water?
I've done that many
Like
times.
as you come out of the water, you just go in so. Until
yes.
you reach the shore.
yes,
I've
Have you
done
ever
actually.
stood and actually walk out of the water?
I've tried.
What?
And everybody
I've-
does it because I was
I've
visually
fell.
comment.
No, I'm not a swimmer, but I have body surfed in Maracas Bay.
Oh,
That is fun. You don't have a surfboard,
Right.
but you go out as far as you can, and when you see them big waves coming in,
You just-
You
dive
surf.
and you come in with it.
okay.
Right?
I
Trust
think
me,
surfing is
that is
another
fun.
thing as well, you know, that some people, it's not a large community,
No.
but people do go to surf because I know some friends who usually used to frequent Carnival and didn't play this year, and they actually went surfing instead.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
for Carnival, Monday and Tuesday.
In Trinidad here?
In Trinidad,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, okay.
And they give surfing lessons in Tobago. I have a friend who gives surfing lessons in Tobago as well, and
Okay.
he says he has a lot of people that comes to him to
Okay.
learn surfing.
Okay.
So that's another one.
And well, coming up right after swimming, we have pool lines.
Pool lines.
That's my thing. Safe, I'm a rubber ducky. Show me the shallow side. I good.
That's right.
I'm
right.
good.
I like this pool down going down, so, oh God, what is the place? Or the place, something going down. They have a place where they have a lot of plants and stuff and like that. And they have a pool in the back, and the pool is 4 feet deep.
Yes, my God.
The whole pool is 4 feet deep.
I go inside a deep pool, I just hold on the wall and walk right around.
Well, you know, it's watch me now. You will just walk. You will walk, and you'll be comfortable because it will be more or less around about.
The entire pool is your
I love nylon pool for that.
No, but people
Nylon
pool lines
pool,
are a
yeah.
big thing. Pool lines are a big thing. I think people even choose that over going to a club or a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, they rather
Because
have a pool
I
line.
think a pool line again is more private.
It's more intimate and
Yeah.
more
Right,
private,
you know,
correct.
you know who are around you and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And I think I think people just like a body of water.
Yeah.
But if you notice, a lot of these items on this list are water related.
But
what
as
I-
you say that, is it that or a lot of people like to go to events where they can show off themselves, they could look beautiful, look sexy and stuff like that, and you know, flaunt themselves, right?
I don't know if it's necessarily that, because I could also see women enjoying looking good without having a body of water around them, you know. Because if you look at Fet season, you have a lot of all-inclusives and a lot of themed events. So like
Right.
I would have went to Picnic. I don't know if you know about Picnic.
I heard about it.
Beautiful decor.
Okay.
The women were looking great. Everybody come out in their pink, very fashionable.
Okay.
The event decor is like big trees, pillows and blankets on the ground.
Really?
And there was no water, and everybody came out in their best outfits.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
they had
I can tell
rose
you.
trees and rose walls
Okay.
and stuff.
Okay.
They walking around with their moe and their champagne and the prosecco.
Well, what I tell you, the
I-
guy friends that I have, they like going to the beaches. And
Well,
these
they would
people
like
because
that,
they get
of
the
course.
opportunity to show off what they have been gymming for. Oh, yeah.
No.
And the men come out hard in their fashion too, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, nice, nice,
No,
nice.
I need to get friends that has pools.
That's right. So next we have fishing. Well, we have 2 more to go through. Fishing.
Yeah.
You all fish a lot? Or I'm not. I don't
Never,
know. Yeah.
never did, but would really like to learn.
It's a really nice,
I've
relaxing
been
thing.
told, yes, I've been told it's very
Yeah.
relaxing. It is you and nature, and
Yeah.
I would really like
And
the opportunity
I would
to.
advise, man, when you're going to fishing, if your girlfriend, fiance, wife are not outdoor people, and if they like to curl, then don't carry them with you.
They don't have the patience.
Yeah.
Well,
I think women generally don't have the patience for that.
Well,
I think, quite frankly.
Well, based on the episode we had before,
Uh-huh.
I don't have that problem
Right,
because I celebrated World Singles Day.
Okay, right.
I'm out of.
No, but I have seen families, I've seen couples, you know, they go out and
Right.
I've seen whereby the men will fish and the woman will bring in will clean and
Okay,
cook.
and do the cooking and
Yeah, in
stuff.
some cases some of the women do fish as well,
Right.
right? But fishing to me is a more relaxed. Whether you catch a fish or not, it's just relaxing. You can sit down there,
Right.
lying in the water, and you just, yeah, you
Just
just,
So
think
the,
about life.
yeah.
the line we went on, they actually would fish and they would cook the fish at the same time.
Yeah.
on it. I would really like to experience that. That is something I would really like
Yeah,
to.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's excellent because I mean, you're just going to get it. It's not like you're going as a fisherman to go and sell.
Right.
So you walk going down there with your
It's for yourself and
With your-
it's
yeah.
as an activity.
yes.
Right.
So you have your stove, you have your gas, you have your cleaning, the seasoning, everything.
And you eat. I like that. Yeah.
You
that
cook
sounds
and you clean and you clean
You're
and
mixing
cook
actually 2
everything.
hobbies in one.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Eating and
Yeah, and you have a big line.
Yeah. All right, and then we have last but not least, jet skiing.
That I have not done it.
You have never done jet skiing in
done
your
it.
life?
I did snow skiing.
Snow skiing. All right, cool.
Just a little thing, nothing too much.
Yeah.
But I
That's something you actually get a lot down the islands as well. If you make
Yeah.
it down the islands line,
Right,
you
yeah.
will have a lot of jet skiing down there.
I have to try that.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I like the fact that well, I wouldn't be the pilot, but I'll be the
Right.
passenger, and they always try to
Show you
flip
off.
you. Yeah.
I have been both. I've been able to
Okay.
actually drive one, and I've also been
Nice.
passenger in one.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
in Tobago. And
In
I also
Tobago.
did down the islands as well, yeah.
Okay.
It is an adrenaline rush, of course.
I could tell.
Yes.
I could tell. I want to try that. I really. And I have a life jacket. I bought.
You
my
must
own
wear a life jacket, of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
And that is something I want to try. Something else. Not only this year, but something I want to try as well is this. The
ATV?
ATV, yes, which is up.
Down south?
Well, yeah.
They have it in
up
the
down
east as
south.
well. I think
In
in
Waiari.
Miami. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go and try that. I have to try that. I like adventure. Right?
Awesome.
Okay.
So I want to go and
Well,
try
I guess that covers our list for
It
tonight.
was something that wasn't here that I actually personally like doing, right? And it kind of ties into hiking, but camping.
I love
Okay.
camping.
Yeah, for sure. For
I
sure, for sure,
love-
for sure.
I
What?
grew up
Go ahead.
in
Go
Sandy
ahead.
Grande. I grew up, so you know, as a young man, I grew up with nature around me, right? So I actually enjoy setting up camp next to a river, you know, waking up to the sound of nature, right?
Very nice.
Finding stuff to do
Right.
that is away from technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, spending a couple days in nature also allows your body to reset.
Yeah.
You know, so that is actually something that I didn't see here, but it's something personally I really love to do.
Well, that's a very grounding activity, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's a very grounding thing, and I think that's definitely everybody should experience it at least once in their life,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, from my experience, being a former warrant officer in the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force, right? One of the activities is camping, right?
Right.
Hiking, right? Adventurous training. We call it adventurous training,
Right.
whereby we will go we'll hike. So we have hiked from Blanchisseuse to Matlot already, right?
Right.
Paria, Tyrico, Matlot. We have done Brasso Seco to Matlot. We have slept in the bush many times, male and female,
Right.
right? On close to the beach, and it's really comfortable. It's really, I mean, besides the mosquitoes,
Okay.
right? Right. We
But
have
then encounter with snakes and stuff.
snakes. Don't bother you.
Okay.
Snakes, they wouldn't really bother you, so unless you're really in their territory.
Okay.
But most times snakes will run away, right?
Okay.
We have camped on Shagaramas, right? I have camped. I remember there was one time we camped in Grand Takari, that is right after Paria. And when we went there, the turtles were coming into lay,
Okay.
right? So
Nice.
that was a nice experience, right? Meeting them there, right? 3 o'clock, exactly 3 o'clock in the morning, rain started to fall, we get washed out. Right? But that was fun. That was real fun.
I can imagine.
Right? We Madamas River. It's one of the biggest flowing rivers in Trinidad right now.
Okay.
Natural flowing river, and it's beautiful, and it goes out to the sea. They have big pools, big lakes. I just love it. And for me, going on hikes, camping out in the bush, it's, as you said, resets you. It just has a
Yeah.
relaxing. Even though you're cooking and doing all the different activities, you see there's a point in time, like in the evening, when everything is done and people go about to sleep. I just like to sit down and relax and enjoy. If we by the beach, the ocean, you know, watch the night sky. Sometimes we get full moon,
Yeah, yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We
Star
have,
watching is a nice
yes.
thing to do.
There was a
Yeah.
time we experienced meteor shower.
Really?
Yeah, down Shagaramas, going up by the satellite dish. As we got up there, because that was like walking up there, it's like, my God, everybody lied on the road. And as we lay down there, it's like somebody said, look, and when we look up, it was like a shower.
So
It was
nice,
real
very
plenty.
nice.
Unfortunately, we didn't have,
Yeah, to get
Yeah.
recordings of it.
but it was
Right.
great.
What about you? What experience that you ever had that, you know, it left an impression in your life?
In
up to
terms
the-
of, what do you mean, camping or
hobbies.
generally
a hobby
speaking?
that, you know, what's extra special for you.
I've done most of these things, so I can't really say any one particular experience. I like experiencing things. I'm an experiential person, and I like exploring new things and new challenges and stuff. So like the things I still want to do, like skydiving, that's something I want to try.
I want to do that real
yes.
bad.
I am not reservist, so
You know what?
I'm not reservist, so
You-
I would definitely be open to doing. I like to try new things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice,
So that's why
nice,
I've done
nice.
so many things. I've the ATV ride. I'm going to be doing
Yeah.
that soon. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be there.
I was good at it. Even though I can't swim, I still go in the deep waters with like a life jacket or
Yeah,
like go
right.
somewhere. Still
Yeah.
try to swim a little bit. I'm a socialite, so I go out, I interact. You know,
Right.
so I have a lot of experience in different areas. I guess. Yeah.
When I was visiting Canada, right? I know somebody told me I have plenty stories, but when I went to Canada, this guy was some white folks I stayed with. So I'm like, I want to go and skydive, and he looked at me and he said, "Well, you had to be an Oreo." He said, "Because why would you leave the perfectly solid, safe ground to go in a plane and jump out?" I'm like, for the adventure of it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's
if you'll never do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
I think
doing
it's.
it.
I think you are. Someone does it with you the first time. Like
Yes,
they don't
it
let
does,
you go on
yeah.
your own.
Yeah.
So they'll have like someone attached to you, and they
Yeah.
will do the releasing of the parachute and stuff. Yeah.
And then after they give you your chance to
But I actually think that they do that in Trinidad as well.
paragliding.
Paragliding,
Oh,
correct.
okay,
Yes, that's
okay.
I
different.
haven't done that.
I think it's somewhere down in the east as well. I think it's Manzanilla or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Mayaro. They do
Okay.
paragliding. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that is exciting as well.
Yes. Yes.
I wouldn't do bungee jumping though.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know about that one.
I ain't doing that one.
Some things you have to be more sensible.
Yeah, that one, the rope tend to burst, right? I think you're safer skydiving. I believe probably 1%, 1 out of 100%. You will get a parachute not opening. You see bungee jumping, not me and that. I find them burst too much.
Well, what I can say about sitting down tonight and listening to both you all, I need to get out a lot more. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't experienced, and but yeah, I would really like for us to get into this more because, like we mentioned earlier, where we had a whole list of stuff to
Yes.
to discuss, but unfortunately, we only had allotted a small amount of time. So probably we could, schedule this into part 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
Next week,
definitely,
where we will
definitely.
speak about the benefits of having hobbies and stuff like that.
Yes.
Right? So this is where we wrap up tonight, folks. Right? Again, my name is Jevon Joseph, alongside Mr. Kevin M. Ton and Miss Ruby
Right.
Right, beautiful.
Thank
Right?
you.
This has been another episode of Sunset on Plus, and from all of us here, do have a good night and keep on hobbying.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth and what is so special about this pageant.
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance